I'm Janelle Stelton-Holtmeyer, Associate Editor of Modern Distribution Management, and today I'm talking with Charley Hale, President of FCX Performance. FCX is a provider of process flow control solutions based in Columbus, Ohio. Hi, Charley. How are you today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing well. So, in general, how's business been?
Good business, I think, got soft in the fourth quarter. It slowed down really across most markets and most geographies that we cover. But it's seemed to rebound nicely as we start the first quarter. Bookings are up double-digit growth over last first quarter, and lots of quotation and activity we're seeing in the marketplace today.
Well, that sounds great. What's the outlook for the rest of 2013?
I think we're cautiously optimistic. We're still seeing a lot of activity around projects. It seems to, orders aren't being let as quickly as we would like, but overall, I think we see, a pretty good start to the year and a much stronger second half.
Are there any areas where you're seeing particular strength or challenges yet?
I think the oil and gas market, we entered through acquisition in 2010 of Bayroll Controls in Houston. And that market was really solid the past couple of years. Some of the projects slowed a little bit towards the end of the year, but overall it's a really hot market for us, kind of midstream and at the refinery level. And we are starting to see some activity in kind of the non-traditional shale plays as well.
FCX is recognized as an active strategic acquirer and was one of the first that we saw increase activity as we came out of the recession. How would you describe the M&A market today in distribution?
It's very active, at least from our perspective, and what I found is we have made expansions into some adjacent product lines, such as pumps. We've opened up a whole new avenue of acquisition opportunities, and I still think owners of distribution businesses, mid-size and small distribution businesses, are close enough to 2009 that they remember the pain of the downturn and are certainly faced with increasing investment requirements both from vendors and customers, that they're looking for acquisition partners as a way to help them grow their business.
Would you say that's one of the key drivers of M&A activity in distribution right now, or what else is driving it?
I think that's certainly the key that we're finding in our discussions with distribution owners across our footprint. I would say our acquisition pipeline today is probably as robust as it's been in the past 10 years.
Okay. So what are some of the things that FCX looks for in companies that it may want to acquire?
It's really very simple. We want strong management teams that want to stay with us going forward post-acquisition, companies that have leading product lines and serve growing markets.
Great.
We've been fortunate really in all of our acquisitions where either the owner or the key driver of that business has remained with us since the acquisition.
Fantastic. So that's just a really key element, is keeping that management consistency?
It is. I think it serves to, there's always a lot of fear and disruption, in the acquired business and their employee base, and I think having that continuity and a track record of delivering to management teams and to acquired employees is certainly a big factor in our being successful.
So this last question is one that we ask of everyone we feature in this segment, and that's, what keeps you awake at night? In other words, what 3 things do you think managers and executives should be keeping front of mind right now?
I think it's key right now we're seeing as the overall industrial economy starts to pick up, labor markets have gotten tighter. I know it's taking us longer to fill positions, and we're very actively adding new employees. We've benefited from the addition of a full-time recruiter on our staff to help us attract and retain that talent. But certainly it's getting tighter, and that makes it more challenging and certainly causes us to think very prominently about the retention as well as the attraction of good employees. And some of the things that we've been able to do because of our scale is, in addition to the full-time recruiter that we have on our staff, we have developed what we call FCX University, which is an internal training program that allows us to provide training resources, whether it's general selling skills, application, or product expertise training to our sales staff. And we've also, over the past 2 years, we've developed what we call the SALT program, or Sales and Leadership Training Program. And it's a management training program, and we're going to industrial distribution universities such as Texas A&M, East Carolina, Nebraska Kearney, where we're hiring out of school students who have majored in industrial distribution. So they've got a bent and a understanding of what we do and have chosen that as a career. And the combination of this training program, our recruiting resources, as well as a training program, allows us to bring these people on board and get them up to speed much more quickly than we ever could have done in the past.
That sounds like a great resource. How long have you been partnering with the universities to do that kind of stuff?
We're into our second year, and so I think in total we have 8 sales and leadership training candidates on our staff currently, and we will probably have, I think by the time we end up with the spring recruiting season, 6 additional people joining us in the May-June timeframe.
Great. Well, that's all the questions I have for you today. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you.